What's going on YouTube? And this was the worst zone fight I've ever taken a part in, including KVK1. I don't know how it was so bad. It was so unorganized. No one was following markers. We failed both of our pass swarms. The enemy kingdom dropped 8 forts. We dropped 3 of the forts. We didn't defend the forts that we dropped. And then I go to sleep for 5 hours. I wake up in the morning and all our territory's burnt. Now that's the short summary. Let me break it down. Our zone fight started yesterday at 19 UTC with 2 pass swarms on both passes. Believe it or not, we failed both pass swarms. Yep, both pass swarms were failed. Oh, no shot, we failed. No shot, we failed. That's not good, guys. We failed both our swarms? No way. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good. What are we doing? How do we fail both? Come on. Oh my god. That's actually really bad. That's really bad. That is crazy. I've never seen that. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen that. Kingdom 77 down here had a backup rally already set on the pass. We did not in 95. We didn't have a backup rally set. You didn't have rally sets? No, I don't think so. Did we? Or did we? Did we? They had a rally set on this one. Oh my god, that's actually really bad. You know what, I'm gonna start walking over here. So they actually took their pass, even though they failed the pass swarm, the rally hit basically almost right after the pass swarm failed, and they were able to take it maybe 5 minutes faster than we took ours up here, which we failed, and then we had to set a pass rally for, which took another 5 minutes to launch, and then took probably like 3 minutes to kill the pass, and then we finally got in, and it was a disaster. Down here at 86, Water Camp successfully took their pass, and they dropped basically 7 forts right on our face immediately. And Water Camp dropped, what is that, 5 forts? Well, this might be a long zone. We took our pass maybe 3 minutes later. We took this pass 3 minutes later. We dropped maybe 3 forts right here. Actually, it was 4 forts. We dropped 4 forts. 3 initially, and then we dropped this 77 fort later on. And then the disaster hit. This was some of the most sloppy, KP chasing, terrible fighting I've ever seen since I've been playing this game. Since KVK1. This reminds me of KVK1. What was this? I don't even know what I was looking at. I live streamed to almost 200 people while we were fighting in this KVK, and even the chat was confused. I don't even know what's happening. It was possibly the worst zone I've ever fought in, and honestly, it was terrible. I hated it, every second of it. Now, I'm not trying to discredit Water Camp. Water Camp fought amazing. They did very well. A huge shout out to Water Camp. They put on a good fight, and honestly, they completely destroyed us. It was not even close. Maybe like 8 hours into the zone, we finally stabilized, and then I went to bed 2 hours later, and then everything went up in flames after I went to bed. Now, I'm not going to blame anyone for this, because, first of all, there's no reason for it. We just lost the zone, plain and simple. No reason for excuses. We lost the zone. We go next. We go past 7, and we'll keep going, but man, this was awful. But let's take a look at my stats of the zone, and maybe it was worth it. I fought for like maybe, I believe I fought for 9 to 10 hours. And I got 107 million KP, which obviously way less than I wanted. I was hoping to get maybe 200 to 300 mil. Terrible. Part of the reason why I didn't get a lot of KP was I was looking for a teleport spot for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. I couldn't teleport close enough, and my refresh time was between 10 to 20 minutes long. It was really bad. I was not getting much KP, but as soon as I got a teleport spot, my KP started going up pretty fast. As you can see, the leaderboard, Sponges at the top with 864 million, then Piano Gaidu, then Halix went crazy this zone, Queenie, Purple Lotus, Mr. Buns, Ninon, Wick, Pooty, and Lee F2P. Honestly, we were doing really good on the field for most of the KVK. We were actually taking the field, we were completely destroying their balls. It was the garrisons and rallies that completely wrecked us. Water Camp had way better garrisons than our rallies. Our rallies could not break through. And every single rally that we did, let me see if I can find a report. Okay, this is a very small report, but every single rally that we did kind of looked like this, where our deads were basically double their deads. Queenie and Pooty have some insane garrisons, and they were making this really hard. Now, I will say, our garrison was doing pretty well. I don't know if I have any reports, but this Purple Lotus garrison was actually pretty much undefeatable. I'm not gonna lie, it was very tanky. It did really good. But our rallies were just so bad. We were taking millions upon millions of deads, while they weren't taking that many. And people weren't even filling the rallies. Bro, you see an Archer rally, I would walk my archers from my home base. I don't have an archer march, so it's really hard for me to get my archers there. I would do it anyways. I'd throw my archers into the rally, and let me be like 15 QSH marchers just sitting around the rally, watching it die, not jumping in it. I mean, these people are so scared to kill their troops. I'm not going to name any names, but you guys know who you are. I saw so many QSHs just sitting outside the rally, watching it die. Hey, we couldn't burn a flag. We couldn't burn a flag. That was for the majority. We ended up burning a lot of their territory after a little bit, but that was when their activity dropped off the map. And then once they came online again, it looks like we got burnt. Everything. Now, overall, my marches didn't do that badly. My cav march was trading mostly negative, barely positive sometimes, and then sometimes it would go crazy, but most of the time the cav march would trade barely positive or even or negative. It's not an amazing march, but my infantry would do pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, most of the time. Looking at some of these reports, my infantry is trading very, very well. Now, obviously, I don't have any bastion skills in my cav march, which might make it do bad, but here's a good cav report. So our marches were doing okay. Obviously, we gained basically like 100 to like 120 million KP, which is way less than I wanted. Obviously, I didn't expect the zone to end so quickly. I was planning on going home and then live streaming some more fighting, but the zone literally just ended in the morning, within 5 hours of me sleeping, which is crazy. I don't know how. Let me show you how many resources I spent, and I'll show you how many speed ups I spent as well. But I took 419,000 deads, which is not a ton, but I don't have that many troops. So this is probably like, I think this is like 16 to 20% of my total troop count that I just took deads in the first zone, which is obviously not amazing, but I still have a lot of troops. But as you can see, I took mostly infantry deads. We had infantry rallies, we had archer rallies. We did not have any cav rallies. I think we set maybe one cav rally and it got completely destroyed. I don't remember a single cav rally. I don't know how we don't have it till the super tie, but we just don't. But as you can see, I was garrisoning with my T4 infantry and I was joining rallies with the T5. I just threw my BQ into the rally, and then I was walking my T4 archers all the way out to the rallies to join up. And then I ended up swarming a little bit with my cav march. I swarmed a couple flags. That's basically where my deads came from. For resources spent, I spent 2.5 billion. Here's the breakdown. About 1 billion food, 500 million wood, 400 million stone, and 500 million gold. We definitely need more resources for past 7. I'm gonna be farming on all my farms, and this is our total kingdom deads. We took just under 70 million deads, which is honestly not terrible, but our reports were just trading so bad, which is why we just took so many more deads than them. I'm guessing that kingdom has less deads than us because they were just trading so much better. Now for speed ups. I believe I entered this zone with about 63 days of healing speed ups. So we basically used 45 days of healing speed ups and 0 days of universals. We definitely used way more resources and speed ups, but hey, that's typical for me. Definitely have to log in on the resources side of things. Now for boost, I ended up using 3 army expansions and 1 24-hour defense boost. I think it was worth it. Now, will this affect the KVK? Definitely going to affect the KVK. The morale is definitely down. Not only is the morale down, but I'm assuming a lot of people will be migrating out of the kingdom during past 7. It happens every single time, but I mean, losing this zone is very, very demoralizing. But I hope a lot of people stay around and we can still get some good fights in. I don't think I'm going to be migrating out until the KVK is over. I will play the KVK all the way through. I think that's the easiest decision for me. Obviously, losing this zone actually doesn't hurt me that bad. We have Aethelfled Bastion in here. We have YSG Bastion. I wasn't going to use either of these bastions in my final bastions, so losing these 2 bastions isn't that bad. Luckily, up here, we have 2 bastions that I will be using. We have the Mefmid Bastion and we have the El Cid Bastion. So both of these bastions I'll be using in my final march, so it's actually not terrible. Now, quickly talking about the Earth Camp situation over here. Earth Camp is doing amazing, guys. This is why I'm so sad that we couldn't put more of a fight, because Earth Camp is actually fighting pretty evenly with Wind Camp, even burning Wind Camp's flags at points. And honestly, they're doing absolutely insane. I'm kind of jealous of not being in this fight over here. This fight looks a lot more fun than our fight was, but man, a little bit jealous of that. This is the leaderboard over here. Naif in first, Jet in second, Absolute in Doubt in third, Apollo, Maeve, I Love MILFs, Rem, Iggy, Fenrir, and Harambe. That's the top 10 right there. Hey, there's not much more to say. That's basically what happened in our Zone 5. I basically thought I had to make a video on this because, hey, people are going to be asking about it. And obviously, I'm not doing a live stream today because there's nothing to live stream because there's no fighting. So, hey, what am I going to do? We'll just try to do better next time. We'll go fight. We'll go past 7 and we'll try to get some more KP. See you guys then. Peace.